Hey guys, my dudes. Today we're going to talk a little bit about crypto world and what's going on. So here you see coinmarketcap.com. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum and Bitcoin as a ratio. If you go to GDAX, you see a 0.09 ratio. So that means one Ethereum is worth 0.09 of a Bitcoin, right? And a lot of people say this is a good, and that's a good foundation, right? 0.9, 0.1 is what a lot of smart investors, a lot of big investors are saying that's a good floor for Ethereum to always be at 1/10 of a Bitcoin. Okay, so if a lot of the big investors are starting to have this mentality, right, that means their buy orders and their sell walls are going to be in accordance to this ratio, right? So how can you take advantage of this, knowing that the general consensus with investors is that Ethereum should always maintain a 1/10 ratio to Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin right now, super cheap. Well, for cheap as in what, comparing it to what it once was at an all-time high. 11,000 right now. At its peak fear of missing out level, it was around 20 something thousand, you know, in the low 20s. Right now we're at 11,000. And people, including myself, easily can see Bitcoin reaching those prices again, right? In a couple weeks, Bitcoin can skyrocket all the way back up to 20,000, even surpassing it, going into the high 20s or the low 30s, right? Like, you never really know, because there's only 16 million tokens right now, and there's millions of investors right now in crypto. So how can you take advantage of this? Ethereum is at 1,000 a pop. Bitcoin's at 11,000 a pop, and investors and people in general, I see it on Reddit, I see it on Discord servers everywhere. They like to use the ratio of 0.1, right? 1/10, the 1/10 ratio when it comes to Ethereum and Bitcoin. So if you see Bitcoin within the next 2-3 months going up to 20,000 again, which is definitely doable considering the very low circulating supply and the ever growing desire of people wanting to earn money and having a piece of Bitcoin, the value is going to go up over time. If you see this going up to 20,000, you know, or 30,000, then that means Ethereum is going to go up to 2,000 or 3,000 easily, if it's able to maintain this ratio, which a lot of people, including myself, think it is able to do. So so keep an eye out for that. If you want your Ethereum gains to prosper, then you better hope Bitcoin prospers as well for now, because until we get a bunch of other pairings with cryptos that they gain a lot of market cap, the price of Ethereum is going to be very reliant on Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is, if you go to exchanges, right, like it says like on Bittrex, it's BTC to ETH, right? And then there's Ethereum to all those other coins. So like an example pairing is Ethereum to Omisigo. That's a popular exchange pair on Bittrex. Omisigo is all the way down here at almost 2 billion market cap. In order for Ethereum to be more to be less reliant on Bitcoin, it would have to have pairings with other coins that are not Bitcoin, that have high market caps similar to Ethereum's or even more. I think that the closest one we have right now is Ripple. I believe it's on a couple exchanges, the Ethereum to Ripple pair. So that's one, right? There's a bunch of others. There's Cardano and Neo, right? But when we start seeing these coins start matching the market cap of Ethereum, we're gonna have a stronger a much stronger price for it, and it'll decrease Ethereum's price reliance on Bitcoin because of all the other pairings. You know, like one pairing isn't gonna matter anymore because all those other pairings are very similar in price range, and it's just Bitcoin becomes a bit insignificant at that point. So, you know, root for the alternate coins that have futures like Neo and possibly Cardano if they're able to get a good foundation going in the next couple months. You know, Stellar, IOTA, all, you know, these coins have a lot of potential, and if they're able to match in market cap close to Ethereum, it'll decrease the reliance on Bitcoin for its price, and only then do I see Ethereum beating Bitcoin when it comes to dominance. You know, like and I think this will happen. It's just not going to happen within the next month. It'll happen maybe in a couple months. It'll slowly start to happen, and then in half the year, and in half a year, you could be seeing this up here say S dominance, and then Bitcoin will be number 3 or 4 or something. You know, so we gotta keep your eyes out for this stuff, guys. All right, so just look at this ratio. If you see Ethereum at anything less than 0.08, I'd say buy, because it usually bounces back to that 0.1 ratio. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember to smash that like button, like you smash your homie's ass, and I'll see you guys.